Hi, Timothy Carlson here, and Movie Time is here again. Shout Factory is at it again, putting out another quality release in their Shout Select line. The movie we're looking at today from 1991 is JFK, directed by Oliver Stone. I'm going to unbox this release, and I will share my opinions. As you can see, this is a pretty thick set. We've got 3 cases in here, 4 discs total. Nice cover art there that gets the point across pretty well. This is number 153 in the Shout Select line. One thing you'll notice really quickly about this release, it's pretty hard to get these disc cases out. They're stuck in there pretty good. I mean, I had to shake this pretty good just to get them loose. And then we start out with the first of the cases, which includes the actual director's cut of the film. We have the director's cut in 4K and the director's cut in Blu-ray. Our next disc has the theatrical cut of the film in Blu-ray. I believe this is actually the first time the theatrical cut's actually gotten a proper home video release stateside. And then the last disc of the package is a Blu-ray devoted to bonus features, and there are plenty of them in this set. I'll read the description of the movie as follows from the case. Oliver Stone's Academy Award-winning film about the shots heard around the world and the mystery that still surrounds them is one of the most provocative movies of all time. In addition to its box office success, soaring critical acclaim, and awards, it played a major role in the national debate that led to the passage of the 1992 Assassination Materials Disclosure Act. Packed with a star-studded cast, Kevin Costner, Sissy Spacek, Joe Pesci, Tommy Lee Jones, Kevin Bacon, Laurie Metcalf, Gary Oldman, Jack Lemmon, Donald Sutherland, Walter Matthau, and so many more, JFK will take you through the looking glass and into one of the most controversial events of our time. I don't think there's anybody on the face of the earth who isn't to some extent familiar with the assassination of John F. Kennedy. It's been one of the most controversial and certainly widespread events of the 20th century. And of course, the controversy surrounding it and all of the potential conspiracies has led to many theories. JFK, despite the title of the film, is not a biopic of the 35th president, but rather a movie carefully looking into the investigations of his death. The main investigator in the film is portrayed by Kevin Costner, a man who's so obsessed with finding out the truth that his extents to which he will go even begins to threaten his marriage and his life with his family. The cast of the film is just completely star-studded. I mean, some of those names I mentioned a while back, you can get an idea of just how many people Oliver Stone got together for this film. And even if you're not familiar with the Kennedy assassination, the opening credits are actually played alongside sort of a recap of Kennedy's presidency, as well as some information on Lee Harvey Oswald, his assassin. So even if you're not familiar with the subject matter, you can come in here and pretty much get an idea of what this is all about, even if you weren't previously familiar with the events in question. Production quality of the film is top-notch. The crew really did a good job making this look like it was the world of the 1960s in the years following Kennedy's assassination. The set building, the atmosphere, the costumes, everything just comes together very nicely. It's a great conspiracy-driven drama, and the performances from this all-star cast of actors really speak for themselves. It is a movie that probably the only complaint I have is the excessive runtime, which is nearly 3.5 hours for the director's cut. Even the shorter theatrical cut's about 3 hours. This is a lot of material, and I will admit the film does drag in places, but for the most part, Oliver Stone and company do keep this one very compelling. It is a great political drama surrounding one of the most famous and, of course, reviled events of American history. Despite the lengthy running time, I do have to give this one a pretty strong recommendation. The production quality and the casting are absolutely top-notch, as anyone who sees this film will see for themselves. JFK is kind of a difficult film to review when it comes to picture quality. There are 3 main sources of picture in this movie. You have the newly filmed footage that makes up the majority of the movie. You have footage that was shot so it looks like vintage footage from the 1960s. And then you have actual archival footage from televisions and recordings and the like. The latter, of course, is going to look pretty rough just because of how it looked, even back then. But the footage that was shot for the film actually does look pretty solid. This movie's got a pretty soft focus about it, so it's never going to look razor sharp. And I think a lot of this was done deliberately to create that sort of period atmosphere of the 1960s. JFK looks very good for what it is, and I don't think longtime fans of the film are going to be disappointed with what they see here. There are obvious limitations, but again, this is a solid transfer. If you're a fan of the movie, you won't be disappointed with what you see here. Again, we get an entire Blu-ray disc full of bonus materials, including some old stuff and some new stuff. Anyone who's a fan of the movie will definitely want to take their time watching this stuff because it certainly sheds some light on the creation of the film, as well as these infamous events that led to the creation of said film. Overall, this package from Shout Factory has very good picture quality, there's a lot of great supplements, and the film itself, despite an overlong runtime, is absolutely top-notch, well-produced, and well-acted. So, a very highly recommended release from Shout Factory. Are you a fan of JFK? Do you think it's Oliver Stone's best film? Have you picked up this 4K release of the movie yet? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content because I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.